review to see what's going on. Love that last minute. You're like, I want to keep my cat. You knew it was going. No.
Door control.
Too bad. You got the camera. It's all good, man. Because if you want to add more, you can add more.
I'm just going to add a tiny bit of shine spray and we're done, darling.
I've waited 100 years, but I'd wait a million more for you. Nothing prepared me for what the privilege of being yours would do. If I had only felt the warmth within your touch, if I had only seen how you smile when you blush, or how you curl your lip when you concentrate enough, I would have known what I was living for. What I've been living for. Your love is my turning page, where only the sweetest words remain. Every kiss is a cursive line, every touch is a redefining phrase. I
everybody like to please stand?
Go there.
Don't cry yet, Philip. You can be seated. Right, first, I'd like to begin by welcoming everyone and thanking each and every one of you for being here on this happiest of days. It's no accident that you're here today. Each of you is invited to be here because you represent someone important in the lives of Phil and Grace. Now, I think I've had the good fortune, or maybe you've had the bad fortune, to have met me before. For those of you I haven't met, my name's Keith, and I'm married to Phil's mum. Now, I've had many years to appreciate that Phil has a superpower that you may not know. Phil's superpower is to be somewhere near your house when food is coming out of the oven. However, about 8 years ago, it became clear that something was going on. You put dinner on the table and you kind of wince. No doorbell, no phone. What's going on? What on earth could be interesting to Phil more than food? Well, it must be serious, and soon enough we found out. And we were soon introduced to the beautiful person that is Grace. Now, we knew it must be certain for Phil to bring Grace along where food was involved. But luckily, Grace doesn't eat much. She doesn't mind Phil stealing leftovers before they're technically leftovers. And we've since discovered anyway she runs on Prosecco. She's been welcomed into our arms ever since. And as a third-party spectator to their developing relationship, it was so clear that the two of them, and I'm sure you'll agree with this, they're a perfect pair because they complement each other so well. They balance one another, and while each of them is a tremendous individual, I'm sure you'll agree, together they're even better. And they have been better together as a team for some years now, through 2 lockdowns, cancelled flights, we were all going to Ibiza for a while, weren't we? And uncertainty with venues, but their certainty never ever wavered. And ultimately leads us to be here today, all of us witnessing their commitment to one another in front of the people they love the most. And it's because they love you so much, Philip and Grace did not want to inflict upon you what they thought would be a dry or technical ceremony. So they've put together this celebration. This is going to be fun. Right? They wanted it for the people they love in a way that is uniquely theirs. But just a few house rules before we start. It's been professionally filmed and photographed, as you can see, and the happy couple have asked respectfully not to use mobile phones during the ceremony. They very much want you to have a memory, not a memento. They want to be able to, when they watch it back, they want to see all your lovely faces and not the backs of phones. And to that end, while it's great to see so many little ones here with us, Jackson, Christine, Grace herself. But if they do decide to have an emotional meltdown in the middle of the ceremony, if you could help us and take them out to calm them down, we'd appreciate it. Safe in the knowledge that you'll be able to watch everything that you missed back on video. Right, shall we get on with it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So I'd like to introduce the first of our readers. Right, we were going to have him come on second because Lorraine said he'd still be writing it.
Yesterday.
He's a man of many talents, some say questionable. Handsome, debonair, there is nothing he can't spell. I'd like to introduce Grace's brother Joel to do the first reading.
Hello everyone. I don't quite have the projection of Keith, but I'll try my hardest. There's no heckling, please. I've got two short pieces that I want to read on behalf of Grace and Phil. We made mud pies and played in the sand. We shared secrets whilst holding hands. With giggles aplenty and many tears, we shared the growing pains of many years. With your wedding, it is true, some things will come to an end. But you were so happy, and I can't help but extend my very best wishes and deepest love to you two. I'm so thankful to have a sister like you. And now for my second. It's not Charles. The first. So love is a temporary madness. It erupts like volcanoes and then subsides. And when it subsides, you have to make a decision. You have to work out whether your roots have so entwined together that it is inconceivable that you should ever part. Because this is what love is. Love is not breathlessness. It is not excitement. It is a promulgation of eternal passion. That is just being in love, which any fool can do. Love itself is left over when being in love is burnt away. And this is both an art and a fortunate accident. Those that truly love have roots that grow towards each other underground. And when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from their branches, they find that they are one tree and not two. May your roots grow towards each other underground, and when all the pretty blossoms have fallen from your branches, may you find that you are one tree and not two.
Thank you, Joel. I'm going to be a bit self-indulgent here and just talk about my personal experiences with these two. You'll recognise this, I'm sure you will. I've met a lot of you on the stag do, when I met some of the lovely ladies on the canal boat, when I took some of them. But I bet you can relate to this, right? When I'm with them in person, or even in a bizarre text group with them, I'm always enjoying myself. You notice, it makes you smile. I've seen it in other people too, my boys, right? They love being around Phil, and they consider him to be the older brother they never had. And similarly, Grace is the same. I've never seen Grace ever hesitate to play with a smile whatever new game Neve and Maisie might have just turned up with. It's on the floor, cross-legged, straight away, doing it. Right? I think the only difference is that, well, Grace plays nicely and patiently, whereas Phil plays Connect Four with a level of competitors that would make Vinnie Jones blush. Grace usually wins, by the way. And I am certain that you can relate to this, and that's part of what makes them so special to each of us in this room. how happy and contented we feel when we are with them. And what I wish for them on their wedding day is that their life together as a team is one of complete contentment, full of those moments that they wish would never end, and they continue to make one another smile in the way that they make us smile. Now I'd like to introduce Grace's stepfather, Steve, for the second reading.
Thanks, Keith. I'd like to say thank you, Grace, for giving the opportunity to do a reading. And Lorraine's Keith reminded me I'm not the best man for this. Although I will mention a few things about Grace that you might not know. So Grace has lots of nicknames. Most of them relate to her height, but things like Tiddler and Mousy and things like that. But actually, I think the best nickname is Guidelines Grace that Phil gave her, because Grace loves things in order. She always follows the rules. For example, she's never late. In fact, she's only been late 1.5 times, I think, in her whole life. On her first date, she was accidentally late, you can believe that, and slightly late today, but we'll allow that. The second thing you might know about Grace is football. And you wouldn't necessarily think of Grace as a footballer, but she was a footballer when she was 15. She was a tenacious tackling centre-back. No one ever got the better of her. If they tried it on, she fought back, didn't you? And secondly, Grace actually is a qualified ref. So I've got a few rules just to check with you. And she went to a few football matches at Walsall, but she went to one special game at Liverpool. Sorry about this, Phil. Liverpool-Chelsea, a famous game where Steven Gerrard slipped. So that was a pretty important game to go to. The third thing I want to share with you is about Grace's intelligence. She's very bright, as you know. And I was trying to work out what subject she would probably take on Mastermind. So you could do a vote probably on but I've got three, maybe 4. First one is Disney. There's not much Grace to say about Disney. Second one is Friends. Very good on Friends, I think. And the third one, well, we could do a vote on it, I think. It's Harry Potter, sorry. But there is a fourth one as well, which we can't ignore, which is pharmacy. Grace knows an awful lot about her business, which is why she's so successful in it, I'm sure. So there are all the things about Grace. I've got a small reading. This is taken from a song in 1992, the year you were born. And a famous song from a film. So some of you might know this when I start to read it, but don't sing along. A Whole New World. 100,000 things to see. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far, I can't go back to where I used to be. A whole new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. A whole new world, that's where we'll be. A thrilling chase, a wondrous place for you and me. So I just want to add as a sort of finale that something Keith mentioned about Grace and Phil. When you're with them, they're just right together. Sometimes they just look at each other and smile. Normally when I'm telling the jokes. But I agree completely with Keith. They're a really great couple, and I'm sure we'll all wish them every success in their marriage.
The magic carpet now.
I was just surprised that Disney made it in there somewhere. Everybody knows Grace. Lovely reading, thanks Steve. Right, now we've reached the serious bit where we have the vows. But we're going to start a bit unconventionally because you've just been sitting down there doing nothing. Right. So we're going to get you to do some stuff, right? And you're going to do some vows with the couple. Right. So, stand up, you lot. Right, this is the way it's going to work, and if you know Philip, you'll know why. Right. I'm going to say a vow, and you say back to me, this is the way. Okay? So let's try it. I say a vow and you say...
This is the way.
Okay, well look, I'm not going to turn this into a panto, right? But it wasn't particularly good, was it? A bit more together. I say a vow and you say...
This is the way.
Excellent. Right. Do we agree that the right way to be the best friend we can to them is to support them both in times of happiness or challenge?
This is the way.
Do we agree that the right way to support Philip when he has to climb over a pile of boxes in the porch to get into the house is to hack the Wi-Fi so Grace can't get onto the Access website?
This is the way.
Actually, Paul there. You know, this is a true story. That the ASOS delivery driver, when he found out that wasn't a parcel for Phil's house, knocked the door just to check she was okay. Sorry, I digress. Right, do we agree the right way to support Grace when she's getting yet another detailed breakdown of every single Marvel superhero is to suddenly remember the emergency bottomless brunch you were invited to?
This is the way.
Excellent, you passed the audition. Please be seated. So, so now, it's time for your vows. I'd like to invite Grace to go first.
Phil, I am so excited to be standing here in front of you on our wedding day. There are so many reasons I love you, but the main reason is how you treat other people. You are so kind, loving and thoughtful, and I realised very soon after meeting you that you were the person I wanted to marry. You're the best person I know, you're hilariously funny and have the most wonderful way of lighting up any room that you walk into. In front of all our friends and family, these are the promises that I make to you. I promise to support you and be there for you no matter what, including trying to be positive when the bag is resolved. I promise to share everything I have with you, including allowing you to steal food off my plate. And I promise to always do my best to make you happy. Even during the mundane tasks, there will never be a dull moment, and I'll always do everything I can to make you laugh. I'm so grateful for the last 8 years. They've been an absolute blast, and I can't wait for everything to come, good or bad. Thank you for the endless support you've always given me, and thank you for letting me just listen to Disney songs on repeat in the car, for helping me build the life that we have together. Forever will never be enough time to love you, so let's make the most of everything that comes our way, and I look forward to every single moment of being your wife.
Grace, look, it doesn't even begin to describe how I feel about marrying you here today. I love you not for just who you are, but also for who I am when I'm with you. You've made me be the person I am today. With you as my wife, I'll be an even better person tomorrow. Since we met, I've always been amazed at how much effort and thought you put in for other people. Nothing is too much hassle. You're always going the extra mile to help others, and you are so hard-working. When we first met, you was just finishing uni and didn't know what you wanted to do. And since then, you've worked so hard to get to where you are, and I'm proud of everything you've achieved. So here are my promises to you. I promise to laugh with you on the best days, be there for you on the worst. I promise to care for you and protect you always. I promise to continue supporting everything you do, even if that means watching Friends on repeat and going to the cinema to watch every new shark film. Let's remember to step back today, enjoy the moment and take it all in. This is finally our day and we will remember it forever.
Can I ask the best man please to produce the rings?
Just want for you to take a photo.
To rule the world.
Your wedding ring is a circle, a symbol of love never ending, and it is the seal of the vows you've just taken to love each other without end. Do you, Grace Lillian Manifold, take Philip John Henry Brady to be your husband and to give him this ring as a symbol of your love?
I do.
Philip. You, Philip John Henry Brady, take Grace Linian Manifold to be your wife and give her this ring as a symbol of your love.
I do.
Here, in the front of all of these beautiful people, you have exchanged your vows and promised to love and care for another. Please all be upstanding. It is my honour and delight to declare you married. I am pleased to present the newlyweds, Philip and Grace. Go forth with this and live each day to the fullest. You may seal this declaration with a kiss.
Stars above. Without it, life is a wasted time. Look inside your heart and I look inside mine. Things look so bad everywhere. In this whole world, what is fair? We walk the line and
Okay, for everybody who doesn't know me, my name's Phil. I'm Grace's dad. I've spelled my name wrong. Anybody in here who's also called Phil, can I swap it? Right, I'd like to start by thanking everyone for coming. Hope you enjoyed the ceremony, which was absolutely fantastic. So thanks, Keith, for that. A few thank yous. A great big thank you to the bridesmaids for doing an excellent job in supporting Grace and looking fabulous today. I'd like to thank Christine, Keith and Liam for being so welcoming to our families. Really much appreciated. On a more personal note, I'd like to thank all the lads for looking after me at the stag do in Birmingham. Except for Roger. He wouldn't let me win at darts. And finally, thank you to Lorraine for supplying the beautiful wedding dress. A little bit about Grace. Grace is an amazing person. She's beautiful. She's fun-loving, entertaining, enthusiastic, loyal and generous to a fault. She cares deeply about her family and friends and would do anything for them. She has a fantastic work ethic, which has led to a degree from Liverpool University and a brilliant career, mainly selling drugs. She bought a house with Phil. She tore down walls, she fitted bathrooms, a kitchen, decorated, modernised the house, and more importantly, made it into a home. At some point, I think Phil helped too. Yep. Her family are all very proud of her and love her very much. This one's for Keith. Remember, Grace, you'll never walk alone. A bit about Phil. Phil, you're the bravest man I've ever known. There are lion tamers at the circus who wouldn't take on what you're taking. However, Grace obviously loves you, so much so that she endures your support of West Bromwich Albion. And your prized statue of an eagle. Grace, give me a hand. Either. Grace, hand on top. Hand on top again. Phil, hand on top. That is the last time you'll ever get the upper hand. So, just finishing off, I'd like to give my congratulations to Grace and Phil, and would ask that you stand and raise your glasses to the bride and groom. Hello everyone. It's working. Yeah?
So thank you all for being here today. We know many of you travelled a long way to be here, and we are so blessed to have such wonderful family and friends to share a special day with. As you all know, we have another Best of Luxury wedding, so we can't explain in words how much today truly means to us. Thank you for the positivity, support and kind words leading up to this day. We finally got here, and as the saying goes, third time lucky. I'd just like to take it all back to over 8 years ago, to the first time me and Grace met in a bar in Warsaw. I walked up to Grace and told her I'd forgotten my wallet and asked if she'd buy me a drink. To those of you who know my dad, the wallet trick is definitely something in the Brady genes. I kept insisting for Grace to buy me a drink, which I think was my version of flirting. To which Grace rolled her eyes in disgust and told me to go away. Well, as the night progressed, we chatted a bit more. I even thought it'd be hilarious to start chatting up other girls to try and get Grace's attention, which surprisingly worked. But yeah, eventually we exchanged phone numbers. So essentially, my terrible attempt at flirting is what's let us all been here today. So, on to some of the people who this day couldn't be possible without. First and foremost, our parents. My mum, my dad, stepdad Keith, Lorraine, Phil, and Steve, Grace's stepdad. Grace's stepdad, Steve. Mum, Dad, and Keith, you've raised me to be the person I am today. But here, growing up, I was, well, not the most behaved of children. Cutting up the sofa, punching other relatives, and generally being a naughty child. But I'd like to think I've turned out okay, which I have you all to thank. Lorraine, Phil, and Steve. Without you, I wouldn't have your amazing daughter in my life. But here, growing up, she had a tendency to get her own way with everything and be a bit stroppy. Some things just don't change, and I'm fully prepared for that. But all jokes aside, we're very lucky to have the support we've had from you our entire lives. You've helped us in so many ways leading up to this day. You're the best parenting team we could wish for. A special mention to Keith, our celebrant today. You've done a fantastic job. We couldn't have imagined anybody better to perform our ceremony. So, cheers to our parents. Secondly, thank you to all the bridesmaids and groomsmen. Bridesmaids, you all look fantastic today. Grace has told me. Grace has told me on several occasions how lucky she feels to have you all by her side. Amy and Beth, Grace's sisters, and today you've become my sisters. Thank you for the love, the laughs, and the top banter. Neither made it. Today you become Grace's nieces as well as mine. You look stunning, and we are so proud of you. Frank, not only one of Grace's best friends, you're also one of mine. When you and Grace first met, you hit it off instantly, definitely making mine and Dave's lives much easier. Emma, Gemma, Carla, and Noelle. You've been Grace's friends for almost 20 years after meeting at school. You've all been such amazing friends over the years, and I know how much Grace loves us and how much support you've given her leading up to this day. Groomsmen, my best men, Dave and Mackie, the best friends a God could have wished for. We've been mates since school, you've always had my back, and thank you for throwing such an epic stag do. Thank you to my brother Mark, brother-in-law Ian, and Grace's brother Evan, and then my friends Scott, John, and Zondo. Thank you for being such amazing mates and family over the years, and thanks for all your support over the last couple of years. Cheers to all the bridesmaids and groomsmen. So saving the best till last. Grace, asking you to marry me is one of the best decisions I've ever made. Over the last 8 years, we've done and achieved so much, from buying our first home, exploring so many new places together, and finally to getting married. Sadly, there are 2 people that couldn't make it here today. Our beautiful cats, Gemma and Lexi, who we love and adore so much. Every year has been amazing. You have me belly laughing every day, and even some of the most mundane things are so much fun when you're around. I've never met anybody who is as thoughtful or considerate of other people. You're always going out your way to make other people's days better and happier. With such an amazing quality to have, one that I love and admire so much. I've never met anybody who looks as beautiful as what you do today. I'd like everybody to stand for his raise their glasses to my gorgeous wife, Mrs. Grace Brader.
Here we go. No pressure.
Right, as Phil's already introduced us, I'm Dave. This is Leo. I'm going to start by saying how everybody looks today. You look amazing. Even Phil. He scrubbed it well. It was worth spending all that money on that teeth. Everyone's been ended by Grace, who looks as amazing as always. You're punching way above your weight to Grace. You've found someone beautiful, kind, clever, and Grace. You've acquired a lifetime supply of swords, shields, and weapons. Now, first met Phil at school, we instantly got up. That was probably over 20 years ago. We've had some really good times together, and he's safe to say he's my best mate. He was my best man at my wedding, and it's an honour to repay that vow. We've had some amazing holidays together, here, abroad, and we've also had some amazing times with, as we call ourselves, the Awesome Foursome, which was my wife and obviously Phil and Grace. It's on holiday you realise when you spend so much time together in close quarters, you see how they really are together, and then you found out that they're meant to be together, and it's mainly because they're as strange and as weird as each other. Now I couldn't mention Phil's best man speech, and not mention his love for collecting tat. Especially crappy looking mugs, dragons, swords, shields, you name it, fiddle, helmets, fiddle body, no matter how much they are. Second that is his love for food, especially for weird food. Phil's never been ashamed or afraid of trying any new dishes, no matter how disgusting or weird they may be. Whether it's a plate of frog's legs in Amsterdam, whale blubber in Iceland, a scorpion lollipop in Thailand, or a stranger's leftover bag of chips and drowning on the park. No wonder it's not meant to be the name of garbage film.
It's too late now.
I know Phil's already mentioned how they first met, but there's a little bit before what happened. And obviously Phil met Grace on a night out in Warsaw. He was literally come from one of our friends' weddings. He was suited and booted. And he attracted a certain type of Warsaw girl. Unfortunately, it wasn't Grace. After pulling her, he set his eyes on Grace, who was way out of his league. But Grace clearly enjoyed a couple, too many VK apples, and gave him his number. The following day, Phil knew he had to up his game, and instead of taking his usual first dates to McDonald's, he asked Grace to William Carter. Very posh. Little did Grace know that the night before, Phil and I had rehearsed the exact first date in William Carter. Although these both actually did finish in different ways, as I only ended with a night kiss. All jokes aside, it's obvious Phil and Grace, they're very well matched together. Both are kind, generous, lovable weirdos. And we love them very much. Anybody who's spent any time together, they know how much they care for each other. They're always laughing together. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness, and I can't wait to make many more memories together with you. Next is Mira.
Here we go.
You have to bear with me, I'm not a great public speaker.
You're going to be awesome. Keep it on your chin.
Hello everybody. Phil is one of my oldest friends. We've survived primary school, secondary school, Beavers, Cubs, Scouts, and WS1 together. We've known each other for the best part of 30 years. But my first memory of the Brady's is actually his mum, Christine. She was fixing my glasses after I broke them on a bouncing castle at Phil's birthday party. My first memory of Phil is him running full speed headfirst into a brick wall. Which could explain a few of Phil's little quirks. Either his terrible road rage, or the fact his memory is like Finding Nemo. Dory out Finding Nemo. We were lucky when we were growing up, as we had a great group of mates. Most weekends we'd be out playing football, but if we weren't out playing football, we'd be out at one of our houses. When we were at Phil's, we'd be either playing the Xbox, having BB gun fights, or playing made-up games like, let's call it Dodge the Axe. When one day Phil lost his temper and threw a hatchet at me in anger. This game was only played once.
Survivor one.
Unfortunately, Grace, you're not Phil's first love. His family led him down a deep, dark path at an early age, where he learned the lessons of true love and heartbreak from West Bromwich Albion. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, as it's a constant disappointment to me. As the bridesmaids have been complimented, I'd like to compliment the ushers, all 5 of them. Their contribution today reminds me of the Kardashians. They're absolutely everywhere and not doing much at all. Ladies and gentlemen, please make sure your glasses are full and join me in toasting the new Mr. and Mrs. Brady. Ladies and gentlemen, to the bride and groom.
Nailed it.
I think I want you more than want. I know I need you more than need. I wanna hold you more than hold. When you stood in front of me, I think you know me more than know. And you see me more than see. I could die now more than die. Every time you look at me. Well, I've seen you in jeans with no makeup on, and I've stood there and all is your date for the prom. I'm blessed as a man to have seen you in white, but I've never seen anything quite like you tonight. No, I've never seen anything quite like you. When it's right, it's more than right, 'cause you feel it more than feel. I could take this moment now, right into the grave with me. Oh, well, I've seen you in jeans with no makeup on, and I've stood there and all is your date for the prom. I'm blessed as a man to have seen you in white, but I've never seen